Good morning everyone. Welcome to day 2 of VEDA. I got up way too early this morning. I think I woke up about 4 and had all these thoughts going through my head. So by 4:45 I gave up. And an interesting thing, when I then got my bullet journals out, I realised there was only one of the things that I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is beginning to stress me out now, that I hadn't already written down. So the bullet journal thing is really working in terms of brain download, making sure you've got very important things noted down and actions listed. So that's probably going to help me relax more when I wake up in the night or early in the morning with all these thoughts of, oh, I need to remember to do that, I need to remember to do that. It's already there in the bullet journal. You will probably have noticed that I repeat myself a lot, and it's because I've forgotten I've already said it. And it's the same in my diaries. Sometimes I look through the diaries, the journals where I do a stream of consciousness, and I seem to say the same thing over and over. And that is one of the things that Ryder Carroll was saying, is that you have these thoughts and then you don't even remember that you've had them really. But if you write them down, then when you look back over your journals, you think, oh yes, I remember now. So yeah, apologies if I keep repeating myself. I've got some family members that go, yeah, Mum, you've already told us. And even some friends who go, yeah, you already told me that. Thank you. So that was me taking Darcy to the station earlier. And what I'm going to do now is I have already edited VEDA Day 1's vlog. I'm so well organised, oh my goodness. And now it's about 9 o'clock, and now that I'm feeling a lot better, I'm going to get back into my fitness routines, and I am going to have a run on the treadmill. I've got a treadmill in January, and I really got into working on the treadmill regularly and doing my usual weights workout that you see me do loads of times. Weights, aerobics with weights. And the treadmill's great because it's not cold and windy and rainy like when you go for a run outside, but you can still go for a run, which is cool, because I'm not the kind of person that does fitness to get thin. I do fitness to be fit. And particularly as I get older, I want to look after my heart and lungs, so let's get my heart rate up. Well, that wasn't too bad for not having worked out for a while, but it was 2.5k in 30 minutes. It just shows how lockdown has really impacted my fitness, not like walking from the station to the office, because a year ago I was able to do a 5k in 40 minutes, so that'd be 5k in 60 minutes if I ran for an hour. I'm sure I'll get my fitness level up though, but you can see why it wasn't worth me doing my hair and makeup before I work out. I'd love to have a hot bath, but for some reason our hot water is still not working properly. We've had 2 engineers in now, and I'm gonna have to get them in again. So it's Good Friday today. The laundry is still everywhere because it's Darcy's, that's why. So I'm not at work, and neither is Ben, but he's gone off to Oxford to visit his mum. His mum is 91 now, coming up for 92, and she has moved out of her little house into a residential home, and he's gone to visit her. I think that's the first time actually, because he's had his first COVID jab, and he's allowed to go and visit her now, so that's really cool. I am going to do a little bit of kind of planning for April in my bullet journal. And one of the things I wanted to get on top of is doing proper meal planning. Just after Christmas, I thought, right, I've got to try and get my fitness level up and also just like eating loads and loads of sourdough. I want to be more intentional. I think for both me and Ben, our word of the year is intentional. Be more intentional about eating healthily, and if I'm not intentional, I'll just eat toast, and especially with lots of sourdough around. So I think I'll do today what I eat in a day as part of VEDA day 2, and I can't really show you what I had for breakfast. So what I will do is when I have breakfast tomorrow, I'll have the same thing, and I'll slot that in at this point. So for lunch, I am having last night's leftovers. So that's the sweet potato and jackfruit stew with the black chickpeas and the rice, but I'm also having an avocado and some chopped tomatoes, and I'm going to put my favourite dressing on, which is Brianna's home style Dijon mustard dressing. It doesn't have any avocado in it, but it's delicious on ripe avocados. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, I couldn't quite eat all of that. My eyes were bigger than my stomach, as we say. And I need to go and put my aligners back in. I'm supposed to wear them for 22 hours a day, but there's no way I can fit eating into 2 hours. I just can't do it. And also, although I'm not wearing them for 22 hours a day, everything is moving as it should do. And what I might insert here, inserting a lot of clips today, aren't I, is this animation that Invisalign, I hope it's not copyrighted, give you as showing the progression from one set of aligners to the next. It's quite fascinating. And there's something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, I think I was going to say I started off the year being a lot more experimental with new foods and going a bit more plant-based and introducing a lot more nutrition, like kind of super greens and chia seeds and goji berries. I've got a couple of packets where they're all mixed together that you can get in Waitrose. I'll show you those later. And then when I started having these aligners in, it was just such a challenge eating at all, and it was quite stressful trying to like have them in for 22 hours that I kind of thought, right, I just got to relax about everything. But now I feel a lot more relaxed and everything is going to plan, even though I'm not wearing them for 22 hours. I don't know exactly know how long. That's how relaxed I've got about it, because I thought I was getting just too stressed. So everything is progressing fine, and now I'm beginning to just enjoy eating whatever I feel like again. Ben's dad was an architect, and on our landing we've got a couple of his old drawings. So this one, when he was studying, is of the Parthenon in Athens, and this one is probably also studies of different parts of the Parthenon. I don't know, I'll have to ask Ben. But anyway, when I talk about the 4 pillars, that's the sort of thing that I'm thinking of, like those classical pillars. And as I mentioned before, the 4 pillars are things that you need to do to stay on top of everything, just regular tasks. Tasks to do with projects where you've got a specific goal, and then there's various tasks that you need to complete to reach that goal. And then the third one is resolving issues, things like things breaking down, etc., and making sure you've got those scheduled. And then the fourth one are things like fourth one is things like challenges, things that you want to master, kind of quest kind of things. So I've mentioned before, like practicing the piano, fitness, get my fitness level back up. So I've just been sorting out my different tasks that I want to do today because I've got some free time, I'm not working, and I've got the house to myself. And the main task, so if I set myself like a major task each day and then several kind of, you know, secondary tasks, it is sorting out my office so that we can move my mum's piano into my office. And it's a very overwhelming task. And I've been procrastinating by doing all the other little tasks, like putting a wash in and different things like that. So still getting other things out of the way, but I really need to try and make a dent in this major challenge for today. So this is the challenge I'm facing. I really need to rationalise those cupboards. We had some shelves there that had all my dad's stuff on to sort out all the probate, and Darcy's moved that into the other room now so that she can sort out and scan the photographs, the family photographs, and other things have just been dumped in here because Ben has been renovating one of the units in the kitchen, and some of that is the contents of that. So yeah, I need to make this space available here for the piano, so I need to move the sofa somewhere, and maybe I will move the desk, which is Darcy's, in front of the fireplace, or yeah, I could probably do that and move the sofa there. Could be a tight squeeze. I'm gonna break it down into smaller tasks and just keep ticking off the smaller tasks, and hopefully I'll get that kind of rush of dopamine that you get from achieving a task, like reward. Either that or I'll have to have a bit of chocolate every time I do a task. So I've done the first major task, which is basically just moving crap from one room into another. Well, that's not strictly true because I have sorted out some folders and chucked away some really old stuff, so I've been rationalising stuff at the same time. But I'll show you what the room looks like now, and I've rewarded myself with a cup of tea. So everything's fairly clear. Bit of crap there. And I've got these shelves full of things too. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move the furniture around and make space for the piano, and then I'll get an idea of what I've really got to make sure I find other places for, or chuck stuff out. I mean, obviously I want to chuck most stuff out, but you know, as a temporary stage, and see where we go from there. And when I had a cup of tea for a snack, I had some pecan nuts, and I was looking for some dates and I couldn't find any, but I had some soft prunes. Well, it's 7:15 now. I've been a bit hyper focused, and the place is a tip, but I am moving everything around, and every time I see myself on camera I just think I look 100. Let's find some good lighting. Yeah, so the others are going to be back later than they said, and I'm just getting really hungry and I need some energy. So this might have not been a good day to do what I eat in a day, because I'm forgetting to eat and have snacks. Like this morning, I didn't have a snack when I usually do. I did have a snack at about 4, but it's 7:15 now. So really I should be having dinner rather than another snack. But I'd rather eat when the others get home, so I think I might make a smoothie. And I've started some sourdough starter off, so I need to put the flour in with water to auto-lease, and I'll show you what I've done, and then I'm going to go and have a smoothie. So this is the part of the room that the piano is going to go in. It will go diagonally. I'm temporarily going to move my keyboard over here, And my desk is there, but it's got loads of junk all over it. And I've moved the settee here. So everything's a little bit junked up at the moment, and I'll show you again when I've sorted everything out. So I've got a banana in there and some frozen strawberries, and this is what I have in my breakfast: flaxseed, sunflower, pumpkin, chia seeds, blueberries. I'm not putting that in it just now. I'm going to put some of this organic greens, and it is hemp, wheatgrass, barley grass, pineapple, chlorella, I don't know what that is, and spirulina. I've got some spirulina there as well, but that's pure spirulina on its own. I wouldn't have that with a sweet thing, maybe put it in a soup. Quite often have some spinach with this, but I don't have any left, and I'm going to put some coconut milk in. Well, it's kind of the same colour as my t-shirt, but it tastes really nice. Well, I've just come to pick Darcy up from the station, and I didn't prepare anything very exciting for tea. I just stuck a pizza in the oven, and Ben got home quite late and had a glass of wine. So I did have a bit of chocolate with my glass of wine as well after I finished my pizza. So that's what I ate today. It's not very interesting, is it? I feel very kind of satisfied in terms of what I managed to achieve. There's a lot of stuff to sort out still, but yeah, it was a good day of getting things done.